Asad Durrani was once the head of Pakistan's powerful spy agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence, or ISI. Now he's joined forces with his Indian counterpart and co-authored a book which is creating waves across South Asia. It's called The Spy Chronicles, Raw ISI and the Illusion of Peace. It unpacks sensitive issues relating to security and foreign policy and makes accusations against both governments. One that stands out is that the ISI was fully aware of the US operation to raid Osama bin Laden's compound, something Islamabad has always denied. Following the book's launch in India, Durrani has been placed on the no-fly list and Pakistan's army has ordered an inquiry into his motives. If found guilty of any wrongdoing, he could face a lengthy prison sentence. So, why write the book? Let's ask the author himself, Asad Durrani, who joins me now from the Pakistani city of Rawalpindi. Sir, pleasure having you on the Newsmakers. You're on the exit control list, as they call it. You're banned from leaving the country. Did you expect that?
Look, I'm here to talk about the book and not about any problems that I may have with my old institutions. You have already started on the wrong foot because I never said that Pakistani ISI was aware of that. I said it's my assessment that we found out at some time.
Okay.
But right now, if there are any questions that you have about the book, I'll talk about it.
Okay, certainly. So you said it was your assessment, and that is one of the things that is troubling a lot of people because they feel it flew in the face of the official policy. I don't want to make this uncomfortable for you, so I guess you can tell me very clearly, might this interview itself get you in trouble, and that's why you have to be cautious about what you're saying?
If I have to talk about the book, I will have no problem. But just in case anyone was to, put words in my mouth,
certainly,
like I think you did a little earlier, then I'm afraid I'll have to probably terminate the interview.
Okay, so let me then take that accusation or the anger towards you, because there has been anger and there's been ramifications and repercussions. One of them being that you can't leave the country. This is out there as public fact, but I'm not going to ask you about that. It was your assessment that the ISI knew about the raid on Abbottabad, and that was in your book. Do you think that people are angry because of that, or they're more angry at the fact that you co-authored the book with the former head of RAW?
I have no idea. People can pick and choose their own reasons to be either angry or to be appreciative. That's up to them. But once again, when I talk about my assessment, it must remain at that. There is a reason I carried out this assessment on the 2nd of May, or maybe it was the 3rd of May 2011, when I was called by the BBC Hot Talk. And so I carried out a little bit of analysis and came to that conclusion. So far, I have no reasons to either change it or say that, no, I was right and everyone else is wrong.
Are you...
That's the...
Certainly, sir. Are you proud of what the book has managed to achieve so far? Are you proud of what's been out there?
Thank you. I think that's the question that one can very conveniently start with. That was the idea. Number one, have my narrative, the way I see things have happened, to be recorded in a book, and what better that it is a book not only co-authored with a former intelligence chief, but also gets published in India. And I never expected that it would receive such a lot of, response, applause, appreciation by the crowd there. And that is the thing that I followed on the TV. I could not be there myself. So you're right. I think I may have reasons to be, if not proud, to be gratified that my message got through.
For those who say that you were making assessments, and I'm using your words again, you were making assessments on eras and periods that were long after your time in office. You were there between 1990 and 1992. So what do you know about what was happening in 2011 or 2012?
Absolutely. I think this is the point. If I knew anything, for example, a couple of things that I may have known during my period, and if I find that they are sensitive, I would not even talk about them. But carrying out an assessment is my basic right, and I do believe that my previous experience qualifies me to say a few things that I may have concluded.
Did your book reveal any state secrets?
No, of course not. That would have been very, foolish on my part if I were to reveal any secrets. Nor has my counterpart done. Now, that is something without even agreeing on this thing. This was understandable. We were not there to exchange secrets or to spill beans. We were there to actually give our account of how we saw things happen, and then learn from the other side any any shortfalls that in our assessments, in our understanding. Now that was the aim.
Pervez Musharraf called it foolishness, co-authoring a book with the former head of RAW. What's your response to that?
No, I'd never comment on what people have to say. I have said why I did it. I'm sure there are people who will call it either a foolish act or they'll call it a very brave act, an unprecedented one, and a fantastic idea, first time probably ever done anywhere. So it's up to the people. I'm not going to either comment on that. I haven't, in any case, heard the context in which he might have said that.
Tell me the story behind how this came about. Tell me the genesis of it. How did the two of you decide to write a book together?
Yeah, again, I think this is a very legitimate question. We have been on the track too for many years, maybe over 10 years. We have written joint papers together on intelligence cooperation, on Kashmir. And over a period of time, one thought that if we have gone to the extent and we can speak frankly, then a product like that may be useful, if not for the present generations, which may still be, suffering from a certain paranoia, for the coming generations.
If they decide to take further action against you, sir, would it have been worth it?
As I said, that is not the point that I'm going to even comment upon. And I never do that. This is between me and the institution. I have no idea how it's going to turn out.
Are you confident that you won't be in trouble?
So once again, I think this is the same line of questioning that I have tried in my own way to discourage you from following.
Okay. For people who want to read the book, who are intrigued, what's the most important reason for them to read the book?
They just have to read it, come to their own conclusions. These are the views of two people who in their own time had known a few things, must have missed out on a couple of things, must have made mistakes, must have misunderstood certain signals, but now in the hindsight, they are putting a few things together. So if they want to learn or pick up a few pearls of wisdom here, there, they are welcome. After reading, they can also throw it in the trash if they like.
Sir, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I thank you for taking the time to talk to us on the Newsmakers. Asad Durrani, thank you.